Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay. 'Cause the $1 Million Man always gets his way.
You watching the sports and political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. This is some breaking news that just came across my timeline as I gave a salute to my sister Day Love in the building already. And that is Ted Dibiase Jr. Now, he is the son of the $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase. He has been charged in connection with that welfare fraud scheme down in the great old state of Mississippi. The same scandal that Brett Favre got his button to crack into. That's right. Now, we're going to get to this article. Now, I told you before, because I did subsequent videos about this, that the Dibiases were right in this nonsense along with Brett Favre. And finally, and Iraq means finally, the shoe has dropped. Coroner reports Ted Dibiase Jr. has been charged with the theft of millions of dollars that were reserved for needy families in Mississippi. This is the tandem funds I talked about in many videos. According to a federal indictment that was unsealed on Thursday, which is today, April 20th, former WWE star Ted Dibiase Jr., Theodore Marvin Dibiase Jr., is being accused of using fraudulent means to obtain federal money for his own personal use. Dibiase, John Davis, Christy Webb, Nancy New, and others were named and co-conspirators in the case. He's charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and to commit theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, 6 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, and 4 counts of money laundering. If he is convicted, he faces the following penalties: 5 years maximum in prison for the conspiracy count, 20 years each for wire fraud. So basically, each wire fraud count the maximum sentence is 20 years, 10 years maximum for each count of theft concerning programs receiving funds, federal funds, and for each count of money laundering. Now, Ted Dibiase and his 2 sons, Ted Dibiase Jr. and Brett, were named in an October 2021 letter from Mississippi State Auditor Shad White's office that asked them to pay back the money they received through the TANF funds, or the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. The 3 were required to do a certain amount of work to receive the money, but failed to do so. Brett Favre is attached to this, along with former Oklahoma Sooner star Marcus Dupree. White's office demanded that Dibiase Jr. must return $3.9 million. Dibiase Sr. was not personally indicted in the allegations, but White's office demanded that he pay $722,299 that his ministry received. It was alleged that Brett funneled the money through Ted Sr.'s Heart of David Ministries while he served as a senior official at the Mississippi Department of Human Services. Brett was initially asked to pay $225,950, and he later pleaded guilty for his role in the welfare scheme. So his brother already pleaded guilty for his role in the scheme, but Brett Favre isn't guilty? All these people would be John Davis, Nancy New, other cohorts, co-conspirators, and co-defendants pleading guilty in this affair, but Brett Favre ain't did nothing wrong? This is the Trump complex, because similar to what Donald Trump did, right? Allegedly. All these people around Trump, whether it be Michael Cohen, George Papadopoulos, Paul Manafort, all these people around Trump going to jail over the same crime, but Trump ain't did nothing wrong. Trump is squeaky clean. He innocent, right? Get your ass out of here. Similar to the Brett Favre case. Now, why did Brett Favre hire a Trump lawyer to get his butt out of the crack? Now he trying to deflect from what he allegedly did in suing Shannon Sharp and suing Pat McAfee and suing other people that's speaking out against it. Well, how come you ain't sued me, Brett Favre? How come you ain't sued me yet? Because I did all kinds of videos about you. Oh, by the way, all these guys, Brett Favre, Ted DiBiase Jr., Ted DiBiase Sr., his other kid, Brett DiBiase, they all Trump supporters. They're all Trump supporters. All of them. So as my sister Daylove said, birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. Hit that like button, y'all. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button and donate to my Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Donate to my Cash App. Because see, while the mainstream media try to sweep this type of incident under the rug, right? Because, you know, they're raking Jonathan Major's name through the coals right now, off of allegations. What's up, Trey? They're raking Jonathan Major's name through the coals right now off allegations. Meanwhile, you got these individuals really stealing money from people who really need it. Now, mind you, Ted DiBiase is well off. His kids is well off. Brett Favre is well off. They don't need that money. They don't need that money, and yet they're taking it from the very people who need it. They're taking it from the people that need it. You already know eventually the shoe was going to drop. We just didn't know when. We just didn't know when. Now, there's another article coming from the Mississippi Today. A lady by the name of Ann Wolf, in my opinion, has done a phenomenal job when it came to the details, the intricacies, the players that's been involved in this scheme. $77 million that's the total number that's been missing. $77 million. Now, how in the hell does $77 million come up missing? How? You know, people are taking that money and funding their own lifestyle with it. Only God knows where the rest of that money went. Only God knows where the hell that money went. That's right. This is the article coming from Mississippi Today. I'm going to read it to you. Right? You say WWE wrestler fights new federal indictment in welfare scandal in which his attorney calls armchair quarterbacking. Really? That's the name you want to come up with? Huh? That's the name you want to call? You want to call it armchair quarterbacking? Right? Get your ass out of here. Whoever that attorney is, fuck out of here. This article says former WWE wrestler Teddy DiBiase Jr. was sitting on the front row behind former Mississippi Welfare Director John Davis, the now disgraced government bureaucrat who testified before Congress in 2019. Shout out to James Anderson for the $5 donation in the Cash App. I appreciate your donation, sir. Keep grinding, LB. That's what he said. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. If you want to donate, there's my Cash App, there's my PayPal. Thank you very much. Once again, to Mr. James Anderson, salute. Davis, John Davis, who was at the time admittedly orchestrating a stunning welfare fraud scheme, was telling members of the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Agriculture about the supposedly life-changing work his department was conducting instead of making food assistance available to Mississippians. We know what it takes, investment in our staff through things like Law 16, which is our personal professional development program for our staff members to then replicate that with our clients to make sure that they are empowered to be who they've been called to be. Yeah, that translation, we've been stealing all the money and we've been funding our own lifestyle with it, including buying a rare Ford Raptor. Law 16 was Dibiase's Jr. Nobelis motivational speaking series, one of which he received thoroughly $3 million in federal funds from the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families Program and the Emergency Food Assistance Program. Nearly 4 years after the director spoke openly in the nation's capital about his work, he's facing criminal charges for the first time within the larger outfunding welfare scandal in which officials stole or misspent tens of millions of federal public assistance funds. He pleaded not guilty and, if convicted on all counts of the indictment unsealed, he faces a maximum penalty of up to 175 years in prison. Now, do I think this white supremacist is going to do 175 years in prison? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think he's going to do 175 years in prison. What's up, Carla? What's up, Stephanie? What's up, my brother CB Sports TV in the building? What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for being up in here. Make sure you hit that like button, too. That's right. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all want to hear it again? DJ, spin that shit. Let's go.
Money, 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 money.
Some might cost a little. Some might cost a lot. But I'm the $1 million man. And you will be bought.
You already know what time it is. You already know what the time it is. Everybody's got a price for the $1 million scam. That's right. Let's continue on. Come from the Mississippi today. Of course, the lawyers come on and perform the art of deflection when they say it was the government that chose to run this program that way. And it was not a secret. It was done in front of everybody. Well, just because you commit a crime in front of everybody doesn't mean it's still not a crime. So what's better, committing the crime in front of everybody or committing the crime in the dark? Either way, it's still a fucking crime. What the hell are you talking about? It was done in front of the United States Congress. It was not a secret. This was not, as the federal law would say, a scheme to artifice or defraud. This is Scott Gilbert, Dibiase's Jr. criminal defense attorney, told Mississippi Today a couple weeks ago. So what we're doing now, for the most part, is second guessing and playing armchair quarterbacking the way the government was run. And now, that's not what the criminal law is for. Get your ass out of here. That's a bunch of word salad. Once again, just because you commit a crime in front of everybody versus committing the crime in the dark does not change the fact that it's still a fucking crime. What the hell are you talking about? You sound crazy right now. Oh my goodness gracious, man. You can't make this stuff up. Woo! Woo! Hey, what's up? What's up, Mackie B? Let's salute to all y'all that's in the building is watching this, man. All right, let's continue on. The indictment handed down by a federal grand jury is the first that the United States Attorney's Office has secured in the welfare case. Each of the 5 federal defendants pleaded guilty to bills of information, which are used when the defendant chooses to plead guilty without the case going to a grand jury. Now, Dibiase Jr. joins his younger brother, Brett Dibiase, who received hundreds of thousands of dollars in welfare funds to become the 8th person to be charged criminally within the scandal, including those charged in state court. Dibiase Jr., his brother and the father, former WWE star and Hall of Famer, by the way, Ted the $1 Million Man Dibiase, are all facing civil charges in a parallel lawsuit Mississippi Department of Human Services has filed against nearly 4 dozen people or organizations. Dibiase Jr. has not, the senior Dibiase, the $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase, who is running around here with the $1 Million belt, right? An unofficial championship, by the way, not recognized by WWE, but nevertheless, he has not been charged in this criminal matter. Under the new indictment, Dibiase Jr. faces 13 criminal counts under Title 18 of the U.S. Code, the main criminal code of the federal government, ranging from conspiracy, wire fraud, theft of federal funds, and money laundering. It is ironic that he was involved with the Law of 16, a questionable program at best, because he's now going to get familiar with the Law of 18, which is Title 18 of the U.S. Code. Quote current Mississippi Department of Human Services Director Bob Anderson, a former prosecutor tapped by Governor Tate Reeves, who is Republican, to lead the welfare agency after the scandal broke in 2020. Anderson says he is cooperating with the federal authorities in an ongoing investigation for his tenure at MDHS. Prosecutors say Dibiase Jr. secured at least five tie sham contracts in 2017-2018 with 2 nonprofits, Mississippi County Education Center and the Family Resource Center of North Mississippi, who were receiving tens of millions of federal welfare funds to run a statewide anti-poverty initiative called Families First for Mississippi. Those directors of nonprofits were Nancy New and Christine Webb. It's Christine Webb. Both of those have pleaded guilty within the scheme. Davis and Dibiase Jr. met after the director initially hired his younger brother, Brett Dibiase, in an executive level position at MDHS in 2017, despite him lacking qualification for the job. Well, see, when you have the complexion for the protection, qualifications be damned. Qualifications be damned. Straight up nepotism. Because when it comes to the dominant society, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And in some cases, who you blow. But nevertheless, Davis became close with the Dibiase brothers, first Brett and then Teddy. Their communication reflects a familial relationship in which they discussed their faith, hardships, and told each other, I love you. Yeah, that's until you get your butt in the crack, and then when that prison sentence starting to come down on you, then all of a sudden that same love and affection goes out the window. Now, Davis retired from office in mid-2019, shortly after the D.C. trip, after his deputy, Jacob Black, who's facing his own charges in the parallel civil suit, brought a tip of suspected fraud to former Governor Phil Bryant. In the months leading up to his ousting, Davis expressed concern that his relationship with Dibiase Jr. had weakened. In the civil suit, MDHS alleges Dibiase Jr. exploited his close relationship with John Davis to further enrich his family and friends. Under Davis' direction, the nonprofits made upfront payments to Dibiase Jr. regardless of whether any work had been performed, and knowing that no likely work would ever be performed. This was the new indictment alleges. The nonprofits hired Dibiase Jr. to perform vague services, such as leadership outreach, addressing the needs of inner-city youth, assessing the need for emergency food assistance with little requirement of outcomes. But according to audit reports, interviews, and a review of communication, Davis frequently required Dibiase Jr. to accompany him in his day-to-day executive meetings and tasks, interrupting Dibiase Jr.'s duties under the contract. The indictment alleges that the money that went to Dibiase Jr. were diverted from needy families and low-income individuals in Mississippi. However, states have long legally diverted funds from the TANF program away from families in need. Since welfare reform in the 90s, when TANF was created, states have used the lax guidelines and federal statutes to shrink the size of the program that provides monthly cash assistance known as welfare check and put the money instead of other programs or pet projects. Even today, Mississippi's welfare agency only uses 5% of the TANF block grant on the welfare check. That's by design too. While other TANF programs are supposed to serve one of the three goals, promoting job preparation and marriage, prevent out wedlock pregnancies, and encourage two-parent families, the federal government provides virtually no oversight to ensure that the programs supported by these funds actually correspond with these goals. In the case of the Mississippi welfare scandal, which includes officials using $5 million in TANF funds to build a volleyball stadium at the University of Southern Mississippi, the spending had become especially egregious. The indictment alleges Dibiase Jr. used the federal funds he received to buy himself a vehicle and a boat and put down a payment on a roughly $1.5 million lakeside home in the Madison County of Reunion, which the federal government has since seized. Gilbert is confident that the federal government doesn't have a viable case against his client. Yeah, okay. They have a very strong case against your client. The government has a very strong case against your client. So what it boils down to is, do people feel like this was an appropriate use of TANF funds or other money to carry out the function of government? That's what the attorney asked. But that's a dumbass question, because the answer is no. He did not use it for the intended purpose. He used it for his own lifestyle. That's why he got his butt in the crack. What's up, Marco Hitton, Raise Man Reg? So yes, this man has been officially charged in this scheme. Now, Virgil can run that fake-ass $1 million championship belt that the WWE don't recognize for a long time now. This man is broke. He is struggling. He's having all kinds of health problems. Why has you guys not given some money to Virgil? Why have y'all not given that money to Virgil? Virgil did all kinds of crazy shit for your family. He's been a proverbial butler for you guys. Hell, he followed you in WCW when y'all was part of that group, the NWO. This man trying to hold fundraisers. Nobody's going to his book signings. No one's going to his meet and greets. Y'all can't give Virgil some money? But y'all quick to take that money from people who really needed it, so it don't surprise me that you wouldn't help your old man Virgil out. Now, we got to play this song again. That's right. You already know what he's going for. We already know what we're going for. So obviously, when we get more information upon this, because I'm waiting on the big hammer to drop. That's right. If you think this is over with, this ain't over with by a long shot. Because I'm waiting on the big hammer to drop. I'm waiting for the feds to kick down Brett Favre's door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was, Papa, don't hit me no more. That's what I'm waiting on. That's what I'm waiting on. What's up, Mark Wonderlick? That's right. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on Brett Favre to get charged in this same shit. Because you can't tell me all these people around Brett Favre getting charged, pleading guilty, all this shit, but yet he ain't did nothing wrong. I'm waiting on a big ham and a motherfucking drop. When Brett Favre charges coming? Because see, Brett Favre out here eating good in the neighborhood. He's sitting up here throwing all these deflection tactics, suing Shannon Sharp, suing Pat McAfee, suing all these other people out here that's sitting up here calling them out for that bullshit, right? Why you sue me, Brett Favre? Why you sue me? Now I got a couple dollars in there, you know. I got $6 in my pocket right now. If you want that, if you want to come after me for that shit you did, huh? I got $6 right now. You can have. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up, y'all? Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button too, because I'm only telling the truth right here. We going after all these motherfuckers, man. But that's the shoe I'm waiting to drop. That is who I'm waiting to drop. I want Brett Favre shit. I want Brett Favre charging this shit. That's right. That's who I'm waiting on. That's who I'm waiting on. Let's go. Don't stop with Ted Dibiase. Don't stop with Ted Dibiase Jr. Right? Hey, and meanwhile, your WWE cohorts, you know what I'm saying, Cody Rhodes, right? Because, you know, and you got a lot of dimwits out here talking about Cody Rhodes as a black man. Get your ass out of here. Just because Cody Rhodes married to a black woman don't make him a black man. Whoever saying that dumbass shit kick rocks. He ain't black. He ain't nowhere near black. But you know what? He's one of the most popular superstars in WWE right now. Cody Rhodes, right? Randy Orton about to come back from injury. You know, your legacy cohorts and all that. And you know, he about to put the RKO on somebody eventually. Had you stayed and not stolen money from people, you could have at one point challenged for the WWE Championship. Instead, you about to wrestle with a prison sentence. That's right. Old Bubba could be putting you in that headlock because he trying to get him some rich bussy. Exactly. He gonna try to get him some rich bussy when Bubba put you in that goddamn headlock. Or he might put you in the Boston Crab. Or he might do the figure 4 leg lock. Hell, if you put up some resistance, he might choke slam your ass. Because that's where you about to go, Ted DiBiase. That's right. That's where you about to go at. You about to get some of that hard time. Rest in peace to the big boss man. You about to get some of that hard time. And with hard time, possibly come with hard dick. So take that as you wish. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!